And I think we are live. Can everybody? A grande caramel macchiato. What grand? Oh yeah. Okay. Now you're talking our language, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
Fina, looks like Fina's at Starbucks too. Can I get you anything nice?
You made me
So that's
thirsty.
where Circe's comment came from. And then Andrew's here. He calls you Gabby.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was my first live stream just a couple days ago. He said one of the friends that we read about from the author was like, he's like, that was Bryce, right? And her name is Gabby.
Oh, that's awesome. Well,
look at all these people I know and I love. This is
I
great.
know. Yeah,
What
Dan's
nice
here from
people.
Treebeard. Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome. Yeah. Hi, Cersei. Good to see you.
Yes.
Coming right up. All right, she's got your order.
Yes.
So thanks everybody for joining us today to talk with Bryce. This is a new thing on my channel, Chaz and Friends. Bryce is my inaugural guest. And of course, I'm Chaz, and Bryce's channel is Shelf-Centered. And this is just going to be a series where it's kind of like Seinfeld, right? We just get together and talk about nothing or everything. And
Sorry, my puppy keeps trying to eat everything. So.
That's quite all right. Hungry puppies are allowed. Okay, so please stay tuned for more of these. We got some exciting guests coming up, but I've been really excited to talk with Bryce, and just we seem to be on the same wavelength with nerdy stuff, and so yeah, party time, yes indeed. And the dog is so cute, indeed.
What is it? What's the saying? Everybody, introverts unite and party in their own separate places.
Right. Oh, Tino's here. Good to see you, Tino. So I thought I'd, while we're here, if you're not familiar with Bryce, it seems like most of you are if you're watching this stream, but for those who maybe catch this after as well, if you're not familiar with Bryce, he has an amazing channel. You need to go subscribe to him and watch his videos, and give you just a chance, Bryce, to tell us a little bit about you and your channel, and we'll go off into the ether here.
Well, thank you, Chaz. Gosh, you're a legend, and I first found you out. You're like literally one of the inspirations for me starting my own channel. So I really appreciate you.
Oh wow!
I saw you on, I think it was some live stream or something, some at least group chat with Mike's book reviews. Talking
yes,
Dark,
the Dark
Tower
stream. Yeah.
Yes, and I was like, oh yeah, these are my people. These are my people. So, hey Joanna, yay!
Oh, thank you, Cersei. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh gosh, he's legend. And so that's why I was like, anyway, I started my own goofy channel. I giggle a lot at my own jokes, and that's I'm doing right now. I can't help myself. I wouldn't tell them if I didn't think they were funny, but I say a lot, I've noticed, and just having fun. It's been so. I used to back in the day. I think I started about 2009, 2010. I started blogging. Yes, dad jokes, Ursi. Yes.
Hooray for and Chaz. And yes, the dad jokes. Yeah, you'll get plenty of those from me if you get to know me long enough.
There you go. Exactly. I'm all about them. Exactly. And that's my. So I actually started blogging back in the day, 2009, 2010. Only the best sci-fi fantasy blog. Sorry, my puppy's like all over the place, and I keep getting distracted. So I'm sorry. But started there. I like that's where like around 2008ish I got like online, right, and I started doing forums and everything, and because it was like nobody around me was as cool as me and reading nerdy stuff, so I had to go online, and forums was the way. There weren't these like fancy pictures and fancy videos, and I guess there was. YouTube was a little bit around, but I don't think BookTube was like really even a thing. It was like reading for YouTube. What? But but anyway, it was like blogging was like, I started getting into I was following a ton of blogs. I was like, I could do this, and started doing that. That was really fun. It just, that was kind of also during law school and having our first kids and stuff. And so just life kind of took over eventually, especially when we had twins after my first kid. So I actually have 4 kids total. So
wow,
we're busy
twins.
Here. Yeah. So those are our middle kids, because we were like, we can take twins. We can take one more. It's easy, right? Oh no, actually,
right
one
twins.
is hard. So, yeah. So anyway, we don't do things the easy way around here. But anyway, yeah, I took a long break and I was missing it, and so it just kind of like watching all these YouTube heroes of mine. And then I was like, you know what? I want to do that. I want to do that. I'm not afraid of being ridiculous, and my kids are quickly getting embarrassed by all my jokes. And so, exactly,
that's when like, you have success.
Dad. Exactly. That means I'm like, then that was a really good joke, wasn't it? So anyway, we're back at it. That's really, and it was just like, I was welcomed so kindly in by yourself, by Ben, Literature and Lo-Fi, by Andrew, awesome. Wizardly Reads. I mean, literally, like the list is in the side here. Like you're bringing on books. Ursi, like we're talking
Baron too.
Baron, exactly. Like all these nice people that were just like, we also all like great stuff. So anyway, my people, I love it.
My one kid's got her stressed. Yeah,
oh,
right.
Man. It's a good wife is what it is. I go, when she was out of town in California a week ago, and I was pretty much just me and the kids and getting them off to school and stuff. And then I was like, I'm going to go back to going to trials all day, because that's easier than your job. So,
right.
That's what I learned.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely a learning experience, being a dad, and just all that goes with that, and wow, having twins. I mean, yeah, that's pretty wild. So,
oh man,
yeah, my kids are close together. They're 15 months apart, but so there were times when that was challenging. But boy,
exactly, it's the same kind of challenges. Absolutely, mm-hmm. It's the stuff when like for instance, everyone's like, I don't know. Everyone's usually like, don't stop walking. You're just going to get into stuff. But we were like, I cannot hold 2 babies all over the place. I need one of you to walk at least. But they're 9 now, so they're just like best friends, and it's super easy. So
yeah, no, that's awesome. That's when you know that you've had some good success with parenting, right?
Oh man, yeah. Oh, such a great community.
Yeah. Yeah,
seriously, it's so welcoming. It's like even when there's disagreements over like, yeah, I don't really like the Wheel of Time or whatever, which I do, but it's like, so what? Like we all like Malazan. That's the important thing.
Right, of course, exactly. As long as everybody likes Malazan, we're good. Drew's here. Hey, Drew.
Hey.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, there's life is full of fun, and it's really cool to see how you moved from blogging to the BookTube. Now, do you still keep up your blog?
Sorry, losing this. I didn't realize Puppy had at it. Yeah, if you look at it, I'm like 2 months, 3 months behind. I don't even know how many months behind. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use this to like promote the YouTube channel, and then it was like, I don't know, just got, it's like one, you pick your poison when you have this much going on. It's like, oh
right.
Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I could handle a blog and a YouTube channel. I just so I picked I went with the YouTube channel. I toyed with blogging way back in the day, and I did a couple of book reviews on a blog, but I'm like, this really isn't for me. So, but yeah. Yeah, and yeah, Malazan fans.
Yes.
Drew doesn't hate it, but he's not sure if he likes it.
Okay, Drew, we can still be okay. It's fine. Now, here's my argument for saying Malazan, because that's what I've said for ages, and I know the author. I fully acknowledge the author says Malazan. I get it, but the audiobooks say Malazan. First of all,
Yep.
Second of all, it is this like world that's kind of based on. Oh, here, one second. Everybody's getting home.
That's okay.
All right, good. They just grabbed the puppy out. Okay, good. Okay. Won't be distracted, hopefully, as much. I'm still very distractible. But the whole world is based, it's like, what is it? What? Yeah. Okay, sorry.
It's all good.
There we go. I thought we had an emergency. We're good. Just making sure puppy went outside to go potty. We're good now. No, we're anyway, and also it's a postmodern book series, right? So postmodern is kind of, and I know I'm simplifying this, but kind of this idea of like you take it from your perspective. Anyway, so those are my stupid arguments.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, I hear it pronounced so many different ways, and that's what Dan was saying here. He puts the wrong emphasis on the syllable, but really, I mean, it's kind of like with Terry Brooks. He says Shanra, all the fans say Shannara.
I think Shannara sounds way better.
Yeah, it does, and to me, the way it's spelled, I think it should be Shannara. But what do I know? I'm not the author.
It's true, I know, and that's the thing.
I always say Malazan. I just whatever. I've
been a diehard GIF instead of GIF fan, just because that's what I went with. But I've noticed even Siri, when you like text to speech or whatever, it calls it Jeff, and you're like, oh, okay, I have to call it GIF now. I get it. I get it. You've taken your sides. Fine.
By the way, thank you, Drew. Yes. I appreciate that.
Definitely.
I do have a Patreon. Yes, indeed. I'll talk more about that once I hit 500 subs, maybe.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So speaking of, you blew up, man. Like you've like, it's been less than a year for you, right?
Yeah. I'm on, what is it? And you've just 8 months now, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like that exploding head emoji. You just kind of, you exploded there.
Oh, and I literally owe it to just good people that I've literally, it's been like nice, kind people that I've met, right? It's like people like you that like, you've been a huge like supporter, right? And it's like everything that I put out there, you're like, dude, check this guy out, and I can't thank you enough.
You're worth supporting, man. It's good stuff.
Man, you're so nice. It literally. Thank you. But no, it's just it literally, it's been a blast. Like, and I think I had some like circles already built into like the blogging, right? And when I actually was using that, like I had some of like, it wasn't, and like Goodreads, for instance, like, I don't know, like I've been on there since like, I've been on there since the day that it began. Okay. Oh God, that was a book. Okay. I got another review out. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
So
where's my Geritol? No.
Yeah. So I've been on there for like, I'm pretty sure the longest. I mean, prove me wrong, 2008. Anyway, there's a couple that have been there longer than me. And that's literally one of those, like, I've been friends with Patrick because Patrick is like the man, and everyone knows that. Yeah. And great. And we just were like Goodreads friends for ages. And then he started a YouTube, and I was like, dude, you started YouTube, that's awesome, And then his like took off. Like, if mine took off, his like blew up.
Yeah, his really blew up. I think he's at like 12 or 13,000 subs right now. Yeah, but he had a big following on Goodreads, so I think too, which helped.
Exactly. Yeah. And he helped me out. Like he gave me a shout out, like 100 subs. He like shouted me out, and so that like suddenly was like, oh, I literally woke up the next day, like not even doubled, but tripled or quadrupled or something. It was like insane. And I was just like, what is this? What happens?
Right.
So, man, and it was just because we've just been friends. Like we, on Goodreads, that's been my place. Like I like, it's one of those, like I connected to with so many people, but it's literally only because I've been I am old school.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's tough breaking into the new things that are happening. Like I'm not even going to talk about TikTok, book talk, but
I don't even know how that works. Yeah, I'm barely like.
I mean, I have a TikTok, Reels. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to go that route.
Right. Yeah, like I got on Instagram and then I'm like Reels again, and then I'm like, now I'm the old man in a different way. I'm new to this and don't know what I'm doing.
Hey, Benson.
Yes.
Bryce is bringing on a Goodreads t-shirt.
Yeah, there's got to be one out there, right?
There does. Yeah.
I've been promoting Goodreads for ages, even though some big booktubers don't like it. I know.
Yeah, it gets a lot of flack, and it has its issues, but it's the most comprehensive, and
it's where the people are.
I love being able to start a book on my Kindle, and it automatically puts it on my Goodreads reading now list. I don't even have to like double back. So I mean, that feature alone is worth its weight in gold to me. So, but yeah, Goodreads has issues, and it's owned by the evil Amazon, right? But
see, and that's how old I am. I was a part of it when everyone was like, Amazon's taking over. We gotta like, and I'm still like I don't know if you saw my like rant against the Goodreads Choice Awards, and I was like, it starts in October. That's insane.
Right.
There's 2 whole months left in the year. You can't call it the best of the year. Right. And leave out a very important month, at least of December, which happens to be my birthday month, but whatever.
Yeah. Cersei had a good question here with the disclaimer on your Goodreads. Do you still get a lot of requests?
I do actually, like, because then I'll get the that's a good question, because like I finally had to do it because it was like I can't, like, I'm here for fun. I don't get paid for this. I'll do affiliate stuff, like people probably see, but I get like literally like I think it's made $5 over the last 6 months. Like we're not talking like it's mostly because like I like to track like is this even something people want? Like is this something and it's a healthy, like some will get like a ton of clicks, so it gets interest at least. But anyway. But anyway, I do get like, because people will then be like, I know you don't want review requests, but maybe you want mine.
Right.
And so, and what's funny is, I don't know if you watch Arrested Development at all, but
I don't. I haven't watched
man, there's
that
there's this great one where it's Tobias and his wife, and he's a therapist, right? And he's like, open marriages just never work. They always delude themselves into thinking that they're the only ones that it would work for. But maybe it could work for us.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
Daniel agreed. Yeah,
exactly. Daniel's the one that really hates. He talks a lot about Goodreads being. Drew, I'm the same way. I mainly use it to keep track of books. I've done a few reviews on there, but nothing substantial.
I was hardcore. Like there was a time before like it really like blew up. I mean, I was in the top like 100 for reviews, and but it's like then when there were actually like tons of people, of course, I wasn't gonna make it there.
It's funny. Drew likes Arrested Development. See, when I first heard about Arrested Development, I'm like, when did this get a TV show? Because I was listening to the Southern hip hop group Arrested Development back in high school.
Yes.
And I'm like, that one of my favorite songs was Tennessee. And I'm like, okay, when did they get a TV show? And then I saw it's something completely different. I'm like, man.
You're like, I'm disappointed now. Yeah.
Right. Tennessee.
That's awesome. That's true. They just came on, literally, they came on the radio the other day, and I was like,
oh, really?
Man, I haven't heard this in ages.
Yeah,
ages.
yeah. I used to really like their stuff. But he's Goodreads famous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
For my 15 minutes, it has passed.
Yeah, Bookstagram is horrible for spam marketer. Yeah,
Oh, they're
I've heard
crazy.
that. Yeah.
Well, it's anything you'll put, and you like. I assume it's because I put the you put the hashtag Bookstagram or something like that on it. Then
Right.
you immediately get some bot that's like advertise it on blah blah blah, and you're like, I don't what.
I heard that hashtag book Twitter got like that too on Twitter.
Oh, I believe it. I
Yeah.
never
Yeah,
use that hashtag, so
yeah.
I'm
I've
bad at
used it a
Twitter.
few times, but I've heard it got pretty problematic there for a while. So I don't know anything about it other than I just heard it was a
Oh man.
problem. So, but yeah, this is cool. I was thinking I would be that guy. Like, did you ever see? Well, you've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark, I'm sure. And
Oh yeah.
that guy, that really creepy Nazi guy walks into Belloc's tent, and he hangs his coat up, and then he sits down and he's like, "So what shall we talk about today?" And I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna be that guy. So what do you want to talk about today, Bryce? And we didn't even have to go that route,
No.
which
No,
is good
I
because I didn't want to be that creepy guy. So
that's good. Oh man, no, I want to be like, what do you want to talk about today? So I say my kids are just like, Dad, please stop with the things. Right. Stop it. Yeah. Oh yes.
Market. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen Community either. That's another one I haven't watched.
Is that Meow Meow Beans? Is that Meow Meow Beans? I think it's Meow Meow Beans. That's such a good episode. It's like it's if do you ever watch Black Mirror?
Oh yeah, yeah.
The first Black Mirror episode with the one where you rate each other.
Yeah,
like
I remember
Community did it first.
Okay.
With this Meow Meow Beans, you gave each other like so many Meow Meow Beans because it's a joke and it's funny. Oh, it was Honda. Oh, I was like, I might have. Okay.
Oh,
they also have the Subway.
Okay. I guess I've got a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, it's so good.
Thanks, it's Drew. Like, yeah, absolutely. Lots of good booktubers to subscribe to here.
Oh yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah. Like I think Drew was pointing out earlier, like there's just so many, it's hard to, cause I want to watch them all. And they get way
behind. But booktube is huge. And it's kind of like, you've got so many, you've got a lot of people that don't have a channel, right. That chat up on your video and stuff. Yeah. But then you've got a lot of people that also have channels that you can go and chat with and have fun with. So
yeah,
it's kind of, you've got a little bit of both. So
yeah, I even forced boiled jellyfish into it.
Oh, really?
I named him on a tag, and then he was like, "Well, I gotta make a video for this."
Make a video. That's awesome. My watch. Oh yeah, yes. Seriously, mine too. Mine is mine gets really lengthy, and especially a lot of people are starting to do these long form series like we're doing today, Bryce, and so I get a lot of those up in my watch later feed, and it's like, well, I know what I'm doing today.
Right?
Yeah,
it's so true. Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Literature and Lo-Fi is awesome, by the way. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to him, do it. He's great. He's doing this. I think you're doing the February She Wrote tag too, aren't you, Bryce?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then when I watch Ben, and I'm like, oh, he's actually doing it.
Yeah, he's really doing it. Yeah,
he's like really.
He's hardcore on it. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's awesome. I started watching it. Yeah, yep. Same here. Yeah, I do chat at work, so I can watch videos while I'm doing chats. Yeah, yep.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. So
don't get to catch many live streams. Oh yeah,
it's hard because it's hard to catch them live because it's just your busy schedule, and like that's like YouTube for the most part is about like. I'll catch it when I have the time, not necessarily like, when it's scheduled, which is hard, but it is really fun. And it's fun to just see like all your friends show up,
We embarrassed Ben.
Yes.
So, hey, I'm curious, law, what kind of law do you practice?
Oh my gosh. It's so a number of things. But for the most part, this is where I've been able to keep it under wraps for a while. I do actually a lot of divorces and child custody issues.
Okay.
But then my like, and it's good. You get to help a lot of people. You also get your client that are pretty rough here and there.
I bet.
But alongside that, I'm a guardian ad litem, and that's the real, like, where the passion is. And that's where you represent the kids that get taken away from their parents in the system.
Wow.
So you get to be a voice for the voiceless, like literally,
That's
like in court.
so awesome.
So that's
I can
the
see
passion.
why that would be your passion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard though. It's like, we just had some cases come in this week that I'm like bawling my eyes out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I have the attitude that I have a lot of times, that I like, then I go into this and I'm just like, hey, happy.
Yeah.
I can't, that was just so hard. And I literally like met this sweet 8-year-old girl, just knowing what she's been through. And like, this is where I become dad, and I just am like, we were playing hide and go seek while the foster parents probably like, what are you doing over there? And I'm just like,
Right.
you know what? She deserves to have the most fun time. And she has to literally see like 1,000 people a month come in through her doors. I'm going to be just silly, and I don't care who knows. And so we're like just jumping around and being fun and having fun.
Yeah. Cause sometimes that's the only, one of the few bright lights they get in their day when they're going through all that stuff. So that's really awesome. And I can see why it's good to have an escape, once you're home and you're done with that, to have books and everything like that. And
I need to go into like fantasy world to be able to sleep and get my mind off of that stuff.
Right.
Thank you.
Much respect for what you do. And these kids do need great advocates.
Oh man, it's so true.
Yeah,
it is. Absolutely. And who would have known? Like, well, it's what's funny is I think it's like, because we're pushed to like do this, like because you can't. I don't know. I just, the people around me, there's like a couple people that I know of that read fantasy, sci-fi stuff, but it's so few and far between, and you're just like, you kind of like forced to go outward, like, we'll find each other.
Right. That has been nice. I'm the same way. I have very few people like locally that I can talk books with and nerdy stuff with even. I mean, I'm very blessed and fortunate. Both my kids are just as nerdy as I am. So, we enjoy a lot of the same shows and same book genres and stuff like that. My daughter just finished Misery.
Oh yes, Stephen King, man.
Yeah. So,
well, isn't that what cool. Freakonomics I think said? It was like, not like the metric that dictates whether your kids read was not whether you read to them. It was literally like how many books you have in your home.
Right.
And it's like, it makes sense, because it's like the kids see you like carrying your books around. They want to like they're going to see, if you have books in your home, you are reading. Like, you can't help it. Like, if you have a lot of books in your home, you like have a pile that you're reading through. At least for me, I don't know. That's oh man, Josh, it's awful. It's such a miserable, and it's like, and that's why I try, like, it's sad how many attorneys and, that are like, because there's that inevitable issue. Like, and I'm blanking on the words because I went into fantasy here, not legal. But it's the issue between having an attorney who's like, well, the more I go to trial, the more work I do, the more money I get, and like trying to actually settle. And I'm like, I have so many clients, I would rather have settlement, not to mention ethically and morally. I don't want to continue these things on. I want my client to spend as little money as possible on this miserable experience so they can use their money on their children. That's where it should be. This is ridiculous, but
absolutely. Yeah, the legal process that some people have to go through is just a nightmare. I was very fortunate. We were able to sit down across the table and just finish it in 3 hours. And we had a lawyer, but she was a mediator as well, so it was a whole lot cheaper, and we didn't have to drag the kids through court. And so it was. I feel so bad for these situations where this long court battle and just
Oh yeah.
thousands of dollars spent. It's crazy. But
and people can, I mean, it's like they will just they will spend so much on it, and it's yeah. That's good. Actually, funny enough,
that's a good question right there.
My 11-year-old I just saw today 22% through The Way of Kings, and I was like, don't be too excited, or he will drop this right now. Oh, what you reading there, huh? Is it something that's terrible?
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're gonna be all secretive about it.
You don't want to read that, right? You shouldn't read that. Trying to do some reverse psychology here.
Exactly. And Way of Kings is a chunker, man. It really is.
Oh man, he's got his Kindle, so he just like got it off the library behind my back. It was great. He's like he didn't tell me about it. And then the other day he was like, Dad, look what I'm reading.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Kindle's great. I do a lot of my reading on Kindle anymore. I like physical books, but I do a lot of Kindle stuff. So yeah,
there's something, especially with those huge chonkers.
People online may actually be interested in what you have to say. Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. Yeah, a lot of times it is. You get a lot more interaction and positive feedback. Yeah,
which is also Oh, sorry. I was just like you don't have to be as polite, I guess, online either.
That's true. Apparently not. There's a few out there. Yeah, I've been really lucky. I don't know about you, but I've been really lucky. I can't remember one scenario of negativity that I've had on my channel. Yeah, like when I did my video about DNFing Wheel of Time, I thought, oh, well, here it comes. This is going to do it. And it didn't. Everybody was really nice about it.
And I saw that one took off too.
It was like, I was surprised.
Woo! Yeah, that was awesome.
I think it's so far hit 1,300 views or something like that. Yeah,
it's like, holy cow.
Yeah, it got like 1,100 within the first day. I'm like, I don't know what happened there, but
and I found it's like blunt people, right? Like people aren't afraid to just be blunt, and I don't take offense to it. It's like, you know what? I am not perfect. I say stupid things all the time and wrong things all the time. So if I can acknowledge that, I can go into it going, you know what? Maybe there's something to critique that that I could fix and work on, and because I have had like people go out like, oh, that it was my intro to my Wheel of Time, the show series review, where I'm kind of like trying to be like, look, I don't like this false dichotomy business when either you like love it or you hate it and you're the devil or whatever. And I'm like, there can be a spectrum. So I'm like trying to describe that. And one guy's like, you know what? You took like 5 minutes and you repeated yourself like 10 times in the first bit. That's not a way to do a YouTube channel. And I was like, you're right. It's not wrong.
Right.
And I did repeat myself a couple times, and that's something to definitely work on. And the guy was like, wow, I didn't expect this response. Like, hats off to you. And then we just like got it, like had a good combo from there.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the nice thing. Even if you do get some negativity, those are few and far between. Like the majority of people are just really pleasant in the book community, and really willing to interact with you and just agree to disagree on things. It's great. And I apologize, by the way, too, if I miss any comments here, everybody. We'll try and get to them all, but. Yeah, kids do model what you do for sure. Exactly.
Oh, man. And it's like way more than you think. And you're always like, oh, what bad things are you modeling? Because I'm glad you're displaying this good one right now.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man. Sorry. That's what my wife's always like, man, you're such a downer at parties. Cause you like, everyone's like, what do you do for work? And it's like, sad things.
Yeah, right.
Immediately the conversation's like, okay, we need to bring it back up. Happy.
Yeah. Drew wants me to finish Wheel of Time.
That's a lot. That's a lot to ask from someone, like that's 15 books, 14 main books, but 15 total. Like it's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just saw something today about like season 2 might add a 6th Taveran. I'm like, really? Okay. never mind.
Right.
Yeah, but it's going so far astray. I'll still probably watch season 2, and apparently it got officially renewed for season 3, so we'll see where it goes. I'm anxious to keep up with the show and see what happens, but I won't hold my breath.
Right. And
I'm not that far in. I wasn't far into the series to really know what I'm talking about to begin with. So, yeah.
Just and that's probably those, a good place to be, and not so committed to everything to be like, what, you changed a thing? But it's like, I feel like on one end it's like people are like, if you even remark negatively on the show in 1 degree, then you hate it. And it's like, well, I mean, like, can we all just acknowledge it is a thing of art? It is not perfect. Like nothing is. Like
exactly.
There has to be at least some things that aren't perfect. We can acknowledge that. And on the other end, it's not complete garbage. It has some moments. Can we at least acknowledge the moments that are good?
But on the opposite of that, when Sandman comes out, if anybody says it's not perfect, we're done. No, yeah. I'm kidding. I'm really excited for Sandman. Can't you tell?
Yes. I listened to the audiobook. It is so good. And it has Neil Gaiman narrating it. And I was like,
I know. I had that too.
All things ever. He's so good.
He does. Yeah. The full cast production is just brilliant. James McAvoy was perfect for Dream. I thought he was a perfect cast. Although I like the guy that they've got for the show, though. He even looks like Dream.
Yeah.
And he sounds exactly how I pictured Dream sounding. I'm like, okay, they did good for the casting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I thought too.
It's all about enjoying what you read. Yeah.
In my head, because I'd read the first comic and I'd read it. I mentioned this in my review. I was like, I read the first comic while I was in law school, so I was already in a dark place. And then, so I was like, I put it to the side. I was like, I better not read anymore because this is taking me way too dark. So I actually haven't, if you can imagine, haven't picked it up since. But then I listened to the audio. But yeah, it was McAvoy was better than I even imagined. He could be. Like his voice.
He's
so
a great entertainer. He really is.
Yeah.
Oh, he's had 2 people have a full-on argument in the comments. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, that's good.
And they weren't even subbed. You're
like, guys, really could you take this elsewhere?
Oh man. We're in Canada. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Drew's in Canada. I know Josh is too. So is Dan from Treebeard Book Reviews.
Last year, have you guys read Canada by Mike Myers? Such a good book. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I haven't even heard of that. You're talking about the Mike Myers from like the actor Mike Myers.
Yeah, like Austin Powers and Shrek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's so good. It made me like, oh man, I love Canada. I already liked Canada. I didn't have anything against it, but I was like, I love Canada. And I've gotten into hockey. I'm in Colorado, so we're big Avalanche fans here.
Yeah.
So that probably puts me on Drew's like bad list or something. He probably hates the Avalanche. I think everybody that doesn't love the Avalanche hates them.
Right. Very cool.
Yes.
Nice to see other people connecting on here. This is awesome. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Short stories. Oh, yeah.
Good question.
What do you think, Bryce? Short stories.
In my head, I read short stories. So this is one of those usual, like, typical things for me. And I keep, like, by my bedside table, I've got kind of like my TBR. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I got like a couple books in my TBR. And then I have like a boatload of just like short story collections and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, because in theory, if I need a break or something, pick up a short story. Now I do that like maybe twice a year. Mm-hmm. But I do like them. And I think the best short story I've ever read is Sand Kings by George R. R. Martin. Got to read it. It's so good.
Really? Okay.
Horror sci-fi is insane. It is so good.
Wow, yeah, I have only read A Song of Ice and Fire from Martin. I haven't read any of his other. I haven't read outside that world. So, but I wanted to. I wanted to read The Ice Dragon. I wanted to read.
Ice Dragon's great.
what's that horror sci-fi that he wrote that got him? It got an adaptation not
Night
long
Flyers,
ago.
I
Night
think.
Flyers,
Yeah, that's one that I have on my bedside table too.
And I've been curious about the Wild Card series too, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but
yeah, I'm good at collecting that series, but I haven't read it either.
Yeah, I have a few on my Kindle, but I haven't gotten to it. I know that I have read a few short stories that I've really loved over the years. Have you heard of the Unfettered books by Sean Speakman?
Yes, I have a couple of those too.
I read the first. I read the first Unfettered, and then he released a second one, and then I think he's about to release a third one.
Yeah, I have the third one. I think the third, or there might be a fourth or something.
Okay, maybe there's a fourth.
Because there's Unfettered and then there's an Unbound. And there's like two different
right. He's got a couple of
story.
That's what it is. Unbound 2 is coming out.
Because that's what I'm like. I think one of the because the Unfettered has some, like, Sanderson submitted some Wheel of Time stuff. So I read one of them, the first one I think, and then I still have the other one because I've been kind of saving it for when I need some more Wheel of Time in my life.
Have you read any of Sean's books?
Yeah, I read The Dark Thorn.
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
I thought it was very sort of Shannara. Now we've talked about.
Yeah,
I'm like,
with more of an urban fantasy setting, but it's definitely great. And I read all the short stories that were connected with that universe as well. And now I've got Antiquity Gray on my list. He just released that sci-fi or maybe it's cyberpunk. I'm not sure, but it's
it might be,
yeah. Sean's awesome. He's actually Terry's web designer.
Yeah.
So
and he's very active on Twitter, and I've interacted with him on there. He's a good guy. Nice guy.
Yeah. So short stories are great. Let's see here. Yeah, the TV shows where he's getting all his negative comments. I can believe it. Those fans are passionate. I'll tell you that. Hey, and that's okay. You don't have to watch Wheel of Time. It's all good.
my guilty pleasure is my wife and I got into it. I don't even know how many years now. But Big Brother. Hey, pup, come here. Come here. Puppy wanted in.
Yeah, I haven't even watched Love Is Blind. I don't think I've heard of it actually.
Oh man. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, IMDb here.
Yeah, that's what I end up doing with a lot of stuff. I'm like, oh, I haven't heard of that. I'll IMDb it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds good. But short stories are good. Oh, yep, H.P. Lovecraft, of course.
Oh yeah,
king of cosmic horror short stories, right there.
Yeah. I read Call of Cthulhu. I got his like stories of something in the macabre. And read Call of Cthulhu. It's good. It's definitely like, it's dense prose and but it's good. Like, it's atmospheric. I need to read more. It was, just, it's like, again, one of those like a bajillion other things on my list. So
right, absolutely. Yeah, I'm with Ben. I wish we could react to posts too. Like you can't react to live posts. That's one thing I wish YouTube would add. All of Gaiman's audiobooks are great. Yeah, I agree. All the ones I've listened to are fantastic. He's just got that voice.
Oh,
I could listen to him read my grocery list to me.
Exactly. Him and Morgan Freeman, right?
Right, him and Morgan Freeman. Yeah, absolutely. And
read anything, just read.
I can't count the number of times I've watched his make good art. His commencement speech that he did that one time went viral on YouTube. I'm like, I've watched that so many times I've lost track. Yeah. Neil's great. His voice is like listening to butter melt. Let's see. Nice. Have you read Dagon yet? Oh,
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I haven't read Dagon either. I don't think. Actually, I think Drew did though. I think I saw that on his channel.
That H.P. Lovecraft. See, that's where I'm at.
Dagon, yeah.
I'm like, who is it?
Yeah. I thought Drew had read.
Did Dagon. I just lose all street cred here?
Nah, I'm fairly new to Lovecraft myself. I only started it within the last couple of years. So, I mean, I knew about Lovecraft before that, and I was familiar with a lot of his characters, especially Cthulhu, but I had not read any until a couple of years ago. So, nah, you're good, man. No street cred lost. We all come to it when we come to it, right?
It's exactly. That's why I like
and
that.
some people refuse to read Lovecraft because of the type of person he was. And
absolutely, that's true too.
I can't fault anyone for that.
Not gonna blame, absolutely,
because he was a horrible human being.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I came to him through Metallica, actually.
Oh, hey, okay, there you go, Metallica fan. Yes.
Ride the Lightning. That's one of my favorite albums.
Oh man, Ride the Lightning. Yeah. Back in the good old days. Although I still like even their newer stuff. It's not as good as that was, but I still like their newer stuff. And the Black Metallica album will always be my favorite.
Oh, it's so good. That's what got me into it. I remember being in high school and being like, this exists. This is insane.
Right.
Yeah. Then it was a gateway to so much other.
There's a Dr. Evil commercial that came out.
Yes,
I haven't seen that. I don't think.
Yeah, the Super Bowl commercial. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. My son did. I just caught all the movie trailers afterward.
Right, there you go.
Speaking of trailers, yes. I don't know if we want to do any spoilers here, but I'm pretty enamored with that Doctor Strange trailer, I have to say.
Yeah.
And the cameo that, well, I won't go. Some people might not have watched it yet, so I won't say anything.
I know that's a hard one. It's a hard one to talk about.
Hardcore, like especially the Fox Marvel movies. Yeah. I
just love this Doctor Strange, the mirror world, like the Inception world.
Oh yeah, where I do too. I like the way they pulled that so cool. Off.
And then the Spider-Man. Anyway, I won't get into that. Anyway, I was about to be like all the spoilers.
Spoilers.
No, okay, I'll stop. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, Sharks fan. There we go. Now we're talking. See, that's what I didn't like. I don't know. I grew up. We had like a local hockey team, and then I just wasn't big into hockey. But now here, people are like, and it's if you see the Avalanche Red Wings rivalry and like watch videos on it, it is like the craziest thing, like knockdown, drag out, like fights, and just like it is insane.
I mean, it's not real hockey without fights, right?
Oh,
yeah. Like narrating your own life. Probably Neil Gaiman, I'm guessing. Yeah.
If he could.
He would be my top pick to narrate my life. That's for sure. Yeah. I'm more a novella kind of guy. Okay. Yeah. Novellas are great. In fact, if you like novellas, I don't know, Bryce, have you read The Ballad of Black Tom?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, that is a fantastic novella. It's only about 120 pages. And it's just amazing. It's a retelling of the horror at Red Hook by H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
But it is absolutely amazing. And I think you would like that, Ben, if you have not read The Ballad of Black Tom. It's really, really good.
Is that by Victor LaValle?
Victor LaValle, yeah. Okay. He's got another one that I really want to read too called The Changeling. I haven't read it yet, but
see, I'm already adding to my TBR right now.
The Changeling is a full novel, and the Ballad of Black Tom is just a novella. So, and a lot of people call Ocean at the End of the Lane a novella. It kind of toes the line between novel and novella. It's like a mini novel, but it's not necessarily a novella.
Yeah,
but that's good if you haven't read that one. That's a good one. Bryce, do you all follow lacrosse? Oh,
I wish I did. My mom growing up was a PE teacher, so I did like all the sports growing up. Like I was a gym rat. I like played basketball. I ended up swimming in college, and then it was just like, what is this doing other than getting me in debt? And so I quit. But like but that was lacrosse was one that I didn't even get introduced to really till college even. And then I was like, how do you catch things with this little thing, this little net here? So, I think,
Right.
are we talking the same thing? Maybe I'm even, I'm not going to put it past me.
Cool.
Oh,
Tales from
yes.
so I'm assuming that's novellas out of the Sun Eater universe.
Yes. Have you read Sun
Yeah,
Eater at all?
I haven't. I still need
Oh,
to. I still
man.
need to get into that series. I decided I need to bump it up high on my TBR though, because it's I'm just gonna miss out on the good stuff apparently.
Yeah, if you liked, like, I compared it to Dune, Red Rising. It's got kind of a little bit of a, like, a lot of people compared it to The Name of the Wind. I mean, I think other than like kind of a general structure, like
Mm-hmm.
of being told from this future point, and kind of told from the person, like, other than that, in good prose, like, I don't think there's a ton of Name of the Wind, but like Red
Yeah.
Rising and Dune, there's like that one, they hit like
Okay.
all the right notes for me for
Well, I
that. And I
love
was like,
Dune, so
me,
I'm
that's
all about that. And I haven't read Red Rising. I've kind of been on the fence. I don't know. If I do read it, it'll be way down the TBR. But
right.
oh yeah, Joanna wants to get to
Oh yeah,
the Conan short stories. Yeah, I have never read any Conan either. And apparently Ben's a fan, so yeah, we got a winner there. Then
I
that's
have
awesome.
I have a number of like Conan short stories, and then I have some Carl Edward Wagner. What does he do? He's got another like Conan type. But again, it's one of these like, oh, I bought it, I found it, and I haven't read it.
I need to get some Conan books on my shelves. Okay, yeah,
Look at that.
absolutely.
Look at
I
this.
just need to actually read them. I watched like the first Conan movie way back in the day with Arnold, and I don't
Yes.
remember if I liked it or not. I was. It's been so many years, guys. I'm 46, so I don't keep diaries back that far. I don't keep diaries anyway, but.
Oh man. Well, 38 here, so we're like
Right.
same thing.
He's watched
Uh,
all these seasons of Paw Patrol. Well, that makes sense because that's what dads do, right? I think that's a
well,
kid's show, right? Yeah.
yeah, I've
Uh,
watched Encanto at least like 12 times.
I
I
haven't
don't mean
even
to brag
seen it
here.
yet, but I've heard it's good. My daughter likes it. Yeah.
My
She's real
youngest,
into it.
she's
Yeah.
6, was like, because the twins are 9, they're girls too, and she was like, well,
Okay.
the twins are they're tired of watching it, but I still like it. And so that's how many times I've seen it.
Right.
The twins got tired of it.
That is bragging rights. Yeah. We're more of a Bluey. Oh yeah. Is that
Bluey. Oh yeah.
Blue's Clues? Is
He's
that
he's from
is
Australia. No, this is Bluey the
Oh,
dog
okay.
from
Oh,
Australia,
Blue.
eh?
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of it. Okay. The new Blues Clues is good. Okay,
Oh, good.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
see, I hadn't
I
heard of
heard
it.
Blues Clues made a comeback. Yeah, that's
Right.
the Tea Party is the greatest band of
Oh,
all time. I have
I will
not
have to
heard
look
of
them
the
up.
Tea Party.
Come
Oh,
here.
let's see. Okay, Josh says I'm going to piss off all Metallica fans and say that my favorite albums from them are Load and Reload. Okay.
Wow. Wow. That's fighting
Okay,
words right
punk rock.
there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. I've heard
Here,
Reload. I
one
don't
second.
know if I've heard Load yet, but I like all their stuff more or less. I do like Hammerfall. Sabaton, I'm not sure if I've heard of them or not.
Apologies. Dog keeps getting in here.
Hey,
I
no
think I blocked it.
worries.
He's
You
so
heard
cute.
Hammerfall or Sabaton, Bryce? I've heard of
No,
Hammerfall.
I was let's see.
Jerry's
Machine
here.
Head.
Yay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was a punk rocker too, actually. I was all about NoFX, Bad Religion, NoFX live, and
Yeah.
AFI, old school AFI.
Okay.
Um, but because that was like I went like Metallica, and then like went into that was my into punk. But I did get back into a little heavy with some Machine Head, but that was about it when I went was far. I need to get like it's one of those like there's a place for it in my heart, but it just I haven't heard a whole lot. I'm very much a newbie in that stuff.
Yeah. Okay, ran off to Goodreads to get back Tom.
That's
cool.
what I did too. I was like, haha, I'm doing that
Oh
too.
yeah, so Fiend is a fan of Ocean at the End of the Lane. That is funny, believe it or not. That is my absolute favorite book of all time. I have not found a book to top it yet.
It is so magical. That is like, it hits all, like, I believe it. It's such a good book.
Oh, it was on his TBR list already. Well, good for you. See, we know you have good taste, Ben.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
He already heard you say it before, probably.
Right. Yeah, maybe so. Because I have talked about it on my channel.
Like,
so who knows? Is there an official guide on when a book is? Yeah, I don't think there is. Right. It's all in the way it's marketed, really.
Right.
Yeah.
I think like the Hugos and Nebulas might have like some kind of a like cutoff or something, but I do feel like it is kind of, I don't know. Like I know this is a weird take, but Way of Kings does not feel like a 1,000-page book, but it is. But it felt like a 300-page book. I blew through it in at least as much time.
That's awesome. It did feel like a 1,000-page book to me. But
that's exactly.
Words of Radiance was the one that I flew through. And then I did pretty well with Oathbringer as well. And then Rhythm of War I blew through as well. So yeah, Way of Kings was good, but it took me a long time to get through it.
Well, I think it might have helped that this was a reread for me. So I think being introduced, because I only reread that one. Like I haven't read the rest of them. That's where I had to reread though, because it's been like 10 years.
Yeah. I came late to Stormlight. I didn't read Way of Kings until I think it wasn't until Oathbringer was announced as coming out soon before I got to Way of Kings. So, but let's see. Drew has Sunreader on his TBR. Okay, nice. Yeah. Buddy read, but hey, that would be cool. I might just have to take you up on that, Fina.
I think, guys, can we lock him into it? Come on, it's live TV right now.
Live TV.
Make it happen.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because I don't know about you, Bryce, but I'm a mood reader. I'm not really a structured reader.
I'm so bad. I'm a mood reader. Oh yeah.
So I might say I had books on my list for last month that I planned to read, and I almost made it. I didn't quite finish in time, but I did make it. But there are days if I'm not in the mood to read, I don't. And and some, like, I'll decide I want to read certain books this month, and sometimes I just don't read them because I wasn't in the mood. So
100%. I look at it too, like you can have like I have a number of like TV series going at a given time, right? Like I can watch multiple TV series at one time. Why can't I, read different books at one time? And I will. Exactly. I have to do that to myself. It also makes me go at like a snail's pace through anything.
Oh yeah, I do. I do too. I have multiple books I'm reading right now. I think I have 3 books I'm reading right now. Oh, yeah. So. But I found I have to like structure my mood reading, because then I'll never finish series. I have so many series that I've started. Same.
I was looking through, it's like 40. It's ridiculous. Like it's not something that should be like, don't count it. It won't make you feel good.
Cersei still hasn't read Dune. Definitely something you should try.
It's good. It's dense. It's dense.
I'm currently reading let's see, the first 4 pages of June. Okay, all right. It's not for everybody. Not everything is. So
I will 100% agree that it is not for everyone. But and that's the beauty of like the new movie. I mean that.
They honestly, did so good.
Hey, like they're good. I had to reread it because I was like, I want an ending now.
And he didn't get Best Director nomination. I'm like, okay. Oscars are done. I'm done with you. No, no, but it got a Best Picture nomination, so we'll
take it.
We'll take it. But like, so the books I'm reading right now, I'm about 20% into Dead House Gates.
Yes.
I'm also reading Men at Arms, and I'm still working my way through Fire and Blood. So,
oh man,
yeah, it's.
So, that's 3 good ones. Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
Like Dead House, I'm sure you have no idea what's going on right now.
You know, I'm
Okay.
hanging in there.
Okay, good.
Actually, I'm not doing too bad. I'm fresh off of reading Gardens of the Moon in January,
Oh, good.
so
Yeah.
I'm feeling there's enough connection between the two that I'm able to kind
Yeah.
of pick up where I left off and move
Yeah.
forward. So
That one's not as, because there's so many where you're like, you get into the fourth book and you're like, really, I'm 4
yeah,
books into this and now I have to like start over from new random characters here. So I
yeah,
get how people get frustrated with the series, because it's like,
yeah,
are you kidding me?
right. Well, and I just got to the part where they revealed the actual identities of Shadow Throne and the rope. I'm like, okay, that was cool. I did not see that
Yeah.
coming, and that was cool.
Oh
So
yeah.
um
Oh, it's
I,
so
I'm
good.
like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely hooked. I want to hear how that happened.
Yeah. I love how Malazan will be like, they'll set up like, this guy, he's so awesome and crazy and bad A and everything. And then he'll like get stomped in like one fell swoop by like some, like he'll just like in one hit, he'll get like one hit by like someone, and you're like, that guy's really crazy. Like,
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's in my head. I'm like, because like a lot of how it works, like the whole plan in Gardens of the Moon, right, is like,
Right?
let's try to take out the crazy guy by getting another crazy guy going in here.
Exactly. Sun Eater is amazing. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
so good. Yeah.
We won't take away your fantasy fan card, just
Okay.
your
Oh,
sci-fi
we're not. Okay,
card
sorry.
for Dune. No, I'm kidding, Ben. It's all good. Oh, Josh.
Oh man, just like Malazan,
Oh,
I am diehard.
okay. Josh has the official word count for novellas and okay.
Okay,
So, right,
that
40
makes
to 90
sense.
page. Okay, interesting.
There,
Very
thank
good.
you. It's good
Let
to
me
have
check out the
people,
tea
you
party.
know.
Okay, I'll check out the tea party for sure.
I have a little PTSD with the Tea Party.
Right? Seasons of
Yes,
Albion. Okay, yeah.
I need to read that one. That one's been on my list
Yeah,
for.
I do keep hearing about that one. Oh yeah. That is a pretty edition, right? Oh.
Like,
Yeah. She has the same one I do if I remember right. It's the orange one with the blue tints on the cover and everything. It's gorgeous. Oh my god. I mean, I would like to have the what's it? The Folio Society edition of Dune, but I don't want
yes.
to pay that kind of money.
I just, for the
I
first
just
time, got the Subterranean Press one of the Gardens of the Moon.
oh,
200
I've
friggin'
seen those.
bucks, but I was like, I've never done this. I
Yeah.
probably won't do well. I'm like, I hope this doesn't start something, because this is addicting.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I
But
recently pre-ordered a special edition for the Night Circus.
oh, that's a great
And
book.
it's my second favorite book of all
Oh, great.
time. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
It's I when I like books that much, I want to own a special copy of them,
Exactly.
but I don't do that with very many.
Right. Well, that's that Gardens of the Moon one's the best cover. It's like my favorite cover of
I
all
bet.
covers ever, because it's got that sweet sword and Animander, and it's like luscious locks.
I know. And Animander is seriously still my favorite character in the series so far.
Cool.
And the picture,
man.
most of the artwork out there of him is just badass.
Oh yeah.
He's just an he's just an amazing character.
When they redid it, and I'm like, I know it's a second edition, but I was like, I don't even care. I need that cover.
Take my money. Take my money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Season of Albion sounds good. It does, yeah. Wolves of the Call was a pretty fast read. Yeah, it is a chunker, but it went pretty fast. I loved Wolves of the Call. It's to date my favorite Dark Tower book. I still have 2 books left to read. So
that one's one. It's weird that it's so
defined chunker. Yeah,
that was a tough show. It was like, I mean, my mass part market was like big old fat boy. That it's so good. It's so divisive though. Wolves of the Kala, like people either like love it or hate it. I loved it, but I don't I haven't quite put my finger on why. I guess maybe I need to read more reviews or whatever, but I'm not sure why. Because I mean, I guess it's a little different, kind of maybe slightly different tone.
Right.
But Wizard and Glass kind of like opened the door for that a little bit with being a complete flashback.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
mm-hmm.
Which one's my favorite, Wizard and Glass, and I didn't realize I liked Westerns as much as I just loved that one.
Yeah, I'm not a Western guy either, but something about the Dark Tower series is just so different.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like a Western.
Which is funny because I love Tombstone's one of my favorite movies too. So like,
okay.
See, I don't like Westerns though.
Yeah.
Don't explain that. I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen a few that I liked, but I'm not a fan at all. Yeah. But yeah, this series has been great. I think I loved Wolves of the Kala, not so much because of Wolves of the Kala, but because of all the ties to Salem's Lot. Because I recently read Salem's Lot for the first time a couple of months ago, and it's my favorite Stephen King book that I've read so far. It was amazing, and there's so many ties in Wolves of the Kala that I'm like, okay, I'm sold.
That's when I'm like, I know I spoiled like a ton of Salem's Lot because I haven't read it still yet.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you know, a lot of the articles and stuff out there say we read Salem's Lot before Wolves of the Kala because it spoils the whole book, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, yep, absolutely. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay, here we got a definition. Chunkster. When you look at it. That's good. I like that. I might steal that, Cersei.
I know it when I see it, kind of a definition.
Right. Site for okay. Ben's doing Words of Radiance next month. Nice.
Oh man, I gotta wait till April, right? I think because I'm going by quarter.
Oh, okay. You're gonna force yourself to hold off that long, huh?
It's like because I'm on the Jolene's reread schedule.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to fit plenty of stuff in between, and then I like read Way of Kings in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
It's like
nice.
Oh great.
Right. Drew's a structured reader. Yeah, that's great, man. I don't know. I could not do it, but
I think Ben is too, right? Literature and Lo-Fi Ben. Exactly. There we go. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. He's a structured reader. Drew, that's impressive. Man. Yeah, it is impressive. Plan your TBR a year in advance. I tried that 1 year and I bombed terribly. Oh, I did so bad. I think I read 25 books that year. Oh gosh, it was bad.
Well, as a mood reader, it's just such a weird thing, and I don't know how to really describe it maybe, but I feel like the way you approach it is it has to be just so much like what you're in the mood for. Mm-hmm. And therefore, like you could, like, as long as I have like a pool of books, and that's what I kind of like, okay, these are the ones that I need to get to this year. You don't necessarily have to do them in order, but I could be reading like my favorite series in the world, Malazan, Wheel of Time, those are up there for me. Yeah. And like, I feel all like in jail. I feel like the walls closing in on me if I read too many in a row, and I need to like go read something. I don't know why.
I get that
psychological, I'm sure.
Yeah. I bet Drew has a spreadsheet. I do too. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what you have to do. And funny enough, that's great. I did make a spreadsheet this year, but what I did is I put down books that I want to read, but I also left elective spaces so that it leaves some room for mood reading. So we'll see how that goes. It's not working great so far.
Yeah, no, I try to balance. You have to balance, or else literally you like I'll let these series go in limbo for ages, and I don't want to do that either, because then you just have to reread, and
yeah,
I don't have time for that.
I have a squirrel mind too. Yes. And I'm like, squirrel. I'm like Doug the dog. I'm like, Doug. Yeah, Doug's great. Spreadsheet squad. All right, you guys go have your spreadsheet squad. We'll allow it.
There's a reason it has SS.
Right. Spreadsheets are good for
way too dark on that.
I can see that. Yeah. This way I can squeeze things in like February She Wrote. Yep, absolutely. It's a
That's
great way
good.
to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, it was easy for me too because I'm a mood reader. Okay, guess what? I'm in the mood for female authors.
Right? Yeah. Let's see. This is why I appreciate you. Yeah, cool, cool. Seeing the love. Right back at you. Oh, cool. Oh, organized it. Okay, nice.
Oh man, this
Yeah, So we're not alone, Bryce. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what, like, it's got it just like some psychological thing. Like literally, my favorite. Like, I'll go back and be like, love this next book.
Yeah.
But when I was in it, I gotta figure out something else.
Trick his
There you
routine
go.
and schedule. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. I'm not good at routine. I'm a very type B personality. Yeah.
That's so
Okay,
good.
Derry's on the spreadsheet too. All right,
That is
spreadsheet
so awesome.
squad.
That's true.
Take care of it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
That makes sense. Yeah.
That's great. Oh
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, it's a challenge, if you've got a moody style of reading, but so far it's fit pretty well with my channel. And it fits well with yours too, it seems like. I mean,
Yeah. I
yeah,
think so. I do try to get a little stress. Like that's what I'm like. Acknowledging my weaknesses. Because that's where I was like, okay, Way of Kings, and then I'm gonna do Words of Radiance with plenty of time in between. Because then like suddenly I'm rereading like Dune like I did last year, and it was
right.
beautiful. I loved it. It was wonderful. I loved it even more than the first reread or the first read through. I loved the movie. It was great to be up on and like, oh, we're all loving Dune together. This is great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. Did you watch it in IMAX?
No. Oh man, I would love that. Did you get to?
We did it in IMAX. Yeah, I took my kids to the IMAX showing, and it was good, but it was the sound was a little bit too much for the speakers in there, I think. And so it blurred out some of the words and stuff that they were saying at times. So I found that for actually the best experience for me was rewatching it on HBO Max, because I think the week after we went to the theater, I rewatched it on HBO Max, and I'm like, unfortunately, this is so much better, just because I think if we had watched it in a regular movie theater, not IMAX, it probably would have been fine. But I don't know, maybe the kind of sound they use for IMAX, I think maybe made it blare quite a bit. So, but it was still good. The experience was amazing. I mean, the visuals in IMAX, so good.
I know, that's where I'm like, because this movie was like, it was visuals like constantly, even just in the regular theater. I was like,
yeah.
Like the friends and my wife that we went to see it together were just like, dude, chill out. I could see it in their eyes. They didn't say it.
Right. So have you seen the original what's his name? I can't remember the director's name. What's that?
David Lynch.
Oh yeah, David. Have you seen the David Lynch Dune?
Oh yeah, I grew up a Sci-Fi Channel kid, and
nice.
I watched like I commented. I used to watch even like Alien Nation and just all kinds
I
of
watched Alien Nation. Yeah, I watched some of that.
I watched all kinds of. So that was one of them that would be just a repeat. It definitely spoke to my like. It was weird. I have a soft spot for it. I mean, this one was better. And
loads did things better. But it's an unpopular opinion, but I will always the David Lynch Dune is still one of my favorite sci-fi movies of all time. I mean, the new Dune tops it for sure. There's no question, but there's something about that movie that just I've seen it like 15, 20 times. I'll probably watch it 15 or 20 more.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, it's just maybe it's nostalgia for me, but it is one of those that like that was kind of a book that was unfilmable for a while, right? Like other than that one that at least somewhat got like and again, and I guess I hear the sci. What's funny is I say I was a sci-fi kid watcher growing up, but then I never actually watched the sci-fi Dune one that they came out with. It was like the miniseries, and I heard that was good. I heard that was well done.
Yeah.
But it seemed to struggle though with a theater adaptation or movie adaptation.
Yeah, it really did. The sci-fi miniseries was good. I enjoyed it. The costuming was a little weird, but it was good. And while we're talking about this, apparently there's a hostile takeover about to happen. You know, Derry, we're going to rule the structured readers are going to rule the world with spreadsheets.
I was like, guess what?
He's banned with first BookTube, then the world. What have we created here?
Well, guess what, guys? You got on here on a mood reader channel. We're both mood readers, so bring it. Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Spreadsheet. Well, I don't. What? I didn't hear anything about spreadsheets. What? Mute it. Hurry up and mute it. Delete those comments.
I love it. We'll have a. It'll be the mood reader and structured reader wars, right? You know, somebody can write a book all about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see.
I know. I was watching that blow up. Like,
hey,
oh man, of all people to have it blow up about structured readers, it's the two mood readers.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. So there's room for all of us, right?
Yeah. I like starting things. Okay, I'm a lawyer.
Right.
It's what I do for a living.
It's finishing that's a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I started Final Fantasy VII when it first came out, like the remake, on my PlayStation, and I was just loving it, and I still haven't gone back to it and finished it. Same way with Metroid Dread. Like, I'm so involved with books that I don't get much time for playing video games.
Oh man, I want to play Dread. Breath of the Wild, that's been my
Breath of the Wild is another one.
Like, I'm a couple of years late, finished. But it's awesome.
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It's a great Castlevania-esque game, but I still haven't finished it. Okay. There's so many games that I probably just shouldn't have bought. What's that?
One I've been obsessed with. It's just a dungeon crawler. It's pretty straightforward, but Dead Cells. Have you played that one at all?
I haven't. I've heard of it.
Not a lot of story to it, other than kind of what you discover. It's mostly just like shooting and hitting things. But that's been my jam.
Yeah, that's cool. I am, even though I probably shouldn't, because I might play it for a while and then I'll never finish it. I really do want to check out Elden Ring.
Oh my gosh,
that game looks sick.
Yeah, I saw Dan talking about it, or like on Twitter and other people. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, I should probably. I just don't. That's one of those. That's where the 4 kids, like, once they get into those things, I can do it. But like, I was able to read like The Ice Dragon by George R. R. Martin to them.
Oh, so, yeah, that's cool.
Like, and we're playing like Breath of the Wild right now, kind of together, as much as you can play the one-player game together. But I'm so behind on everything, and it all looks. That's what I love this. Like, what a great age to be in of TV and movies and video games. And it's like, and I feel like, maybe this is just me, but Community, the show, like, really pushed forward. I know Ben and I are always talking Community, but it's like, it really pushed forward, like, it's okay to be a geek, and at least it like had that as one of its central premises.
Okay, so it's it's a good show for nerds and geeks. Oh yeah, okay.
It has Dungeons and Dragons episode, like it's one of the best episodes ever.
Well, and hey, I guess I got to check this out.
It's so good, and it starts out not at all like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah,
hey, I'm happy we compared to Dean.
Yeah, I've heard Just Dance is fun. I've never played it, but I'm into my more girls of the like epic role-playing games, and
my son does too. But I didn't say it here.
Nice. Oh yeah, it's great for kids of all ages and gender and everything. Yeah,
exactly. It's so much fun.
It's fantastic, and it's really cool now because, like, my son is 18, my daughter's almost 17. And we watch all the nerdy stuff together. We've watched a bunch of shows together, and they introduced me to a lot of anime and mangas and stuff. It's been fun. Yeah.
So what have you what have you been into anime wise? Because that's one I have some very brief One Piece experience, and I really liked it. It's really enjoyable, but I don't have, and I've read, what's the other one with like the huge blade? The one that Mike has been reading.
Oh, Berserk.
I read like the first like 10 of those or something
I haven't read or watched those, but I'll tell you what, man, Attack on Titan. You have to watch Attack on Titan.
Okay.
I mean, it's still my running favorite, although I've seen some other good ones. Mr. Osamatsu is fun.
Okay.
It's a really fun little show. And also Gonkutsu. It's a sci-fi cyberpunk-ish retelling of the Count of Monte Cristo, and it is phenomenal. It's an older anime, but the visuals, the art style, the storyline, it's just really, really good. So yeah, you should. I can't remember how it's spelled, but if you look up Count of Monte Cristo anime, it's the first one that pulls up. I
was like, good thing we're recording this. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, it's
like
great.
We're on 1 hour 20.
Gundam Wing is I've heard is good.
So I was like, I need some.
Gundam. My Hero Academia. Yep.
Okay. This is good. I almost picked up. I was at the store the other day and almost picked up Attack on Titan because I'd heard so many good things. So that's good.
I would love to try and convert you guys to playing Divinity. Okay, I've heard of Divinity. I've seen screenshots and video playthroughs or clips of it anyway. So, yeah, good stuff. Geeks are making a comeback for sure. Yes, it's a fun time to be a geek. I mean, not only for all the Marvel stuff that Disney is doing and Star Wars and stuff, but just, I mean, there's so much good stuff out there for geeks. And now they're starting to make some actual quality adaptations of books too. Like I personally think The Witcher is a great adaptation.
That's what I keep hearing. That's what I need to get in, because I struggled with the Last Wish, and so it just kind of turned me off to the whole thing. And again, not playing video games. I hear the video game's amazing too. So it's like,
I've heard it is too. I haven't played the game, but
so many of those things.
I enjoyed The Last Wish, and I've read The Sword of Destiny and Blood of Elves so far. And the show surprisingly does a pretty good job of staying true to the story. They change a few things, but overall they've done a really good job, and it's well cast. Season 2 was much better than season 1, and that's saying something, because season 1, in my opinion, was amazing. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay. Duly noted.
Duly noted. Duly noted. I marked that down on my list of to-dos.
I know, exactly. I'm like, holy cow. Because that's what I've heard, that The Last Wish is it's just like a mashup of like a bunch of his short stories. So that's part of the problems I think that I had, was it was a little just disjointed, and there's just a bunch of issues that I had with it. And I've heard that I need to give Blood of Elves a shot, because that's like an actual, like, that's where you can actually tell if you're going to like it or not. And I don't think I gave it a good enough shot, but just reading that one.
Yeah, absolutely. The original sounds good. Let's see. Yes. I'm a board game geek too. I love, in fact, board games. Oh man, have you played Splendor?
No.
Splendor is a really fun game, and it's really easy to learn too.
So many things.
And my kids and I really like the Forbidden games: Forbidden Island, Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Forbidden Sky. Those are really, really good too.
We just got a throw burrito, which has created lots of fights in my house.
I've heard about that. I haven't.
It's like Spoons. If you ever played Spoons, but like you have these burritos that you start these burrito wars, and then you have to like chuck them at each other.
Okay, nice.
That's pretty fun.
Let's see. I missed one here. Oh yeah, Outlaw Star gave me Firefly vibes.
Okay.
I like Firefly.
Yeah.
You know, I am not. I recently heard that Disney is looking to reboot Firefly. I'm like, no. Continue it maybe, but they're looking to make it more family friendly. I'm like, no. They're looking to get rid
family
of
friendly enough, right? It was PG-13.
It was family friendly enough. So they had so they had what is it? Companions. That one lady was a companion. But a high class prostitute, whatever. Who cares? It was family friendly enough. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Serenity. Look, I mean, that was PG-13.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like.
Serenity was a great movie. Yeah, don't reboot it. Come on.
Yeah.
Stick to rebooting. Stick to rebooting Percy Jackson. That's what needed to be rebooted.
That's true. That one made sense, especially because I read that with my son. Yeah. I'm like, okay, we need an adaptation.
They are doing that on Disney. I think that'll be a win. So
I think so.
But
okay, good. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
absolutely.
I vow. You hear it here. I vow to read Blood of Elves within a time frame.
One of the richer. Nice. It is really good. Yep. Let's see. Personally, I love the Witcher show. See, lots of love for the Witcher.
Okay, I know all of you guys have really good taste, so fine. I guess I gotta do it. Okay.
Oh wow, yeah, I have a lot of board games too. Not quite that many, but oh man, another one that you should check out is Unspeakable Words. It's a Lovecraft inspired game. It's kind of like Scrabble, but instead of like tiles, you have cards, and you spell different words and you get points for them. But after each turn, you have to roll the die, and if the number on the die, I can't remember if it's less or more than the total of the cards in score in your hand, you lose a little Cthulhu. There's you get 5 little Cthulhu statues. And at the end, if you get down to 1 Cthulhu left, you're insane. And then you get to make up a word, and you have to give the definition of the word that you made up. But you're basically insane, so you don't have to make up sensible words. It's amazing. It's such a
that sounds awesome. I like the creativity to that. Like that's the beauty of a game like that. That's so cool.
Yeah, you can't make it family friendly. Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, we need that. We need the Darth Vader no. Yeah, well, maybe we'll get 6 seasons. Well, yeah, I heard Henry Cavill saying that they planned a total of 7 seasons at least.
And that's a community. That's a community reference right there. There's this ongoing like joke about getting 6 seasons in a movie. Well, they somehow like limped along to 6 seasons, and so we're still waiting on the movie.
200 board. Yeah, Party at Treebeard's, really.
Yes, exactly.
The next channel he's going to start as a board game channel, right?
I know. Seriously, like I would look into that. I want to see. Yeah. Like that's amazing. My kids are just finally like getting into like we played some Catan and they liked it. And now they say they don't.
That's still a game I have not played. I have not played Catan yet, and I know I'm going to lose my board game nerd card now because I haven't played Catan. But
you get Catan and then Cities and Nights. That's the best version of it. It's so good. It's like this like Catan on steroids. It's amazing.
Nice. I'm scared of the Disney reboot of Firefly. I heard it was the same behind the Mandalorian. So
So does that mean like Favreau? Awesome. Favreau, he's like the Star Wars. What's his face? The Star Wars. Who's the guy that heads the MCU? I'm blanking on his name right now. Feige.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Favreau
keep it all together, Favreau. This is great.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we can trust him.
My husband is such a Firefly fan. Okay. Oh, your daughter's name is real. Oh, that's great.
Cool. That is cool.
And I don't know how many of you are Doctor Who fans, but that's a great name for Doctor Who fans too. So, you could say that your daughter is destined to be both a Firefly fan and a Doctor Who fan.
There we go. See, you're gonna lose. I'm gonna lose my street cred for.
You haven't watched Doctor Who?
I've watched some. And I need to watch a lot more. It's just been like.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's all good, man.
That's one of those that like I watched them, and the thing is, I didn't hate them. I liked them very much, and it was just like, again, squirrel.
Yeah, good taste in names for sure. Sometimes. Yeah, Doctor Who's River is
Ursi's
also
like,
awesome.
I am never showing my husband this
though. Yeah, River from both. Oh, he's a fan of both. Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's like, this is perfect.
I have
and we
played
can't not do it.
Dixit. Dixit is a great game. Yeah, I have played it. I don't own it, but I have played it. It's great. Dominion, okay. I've heard Dominion is great. Never played it.
Has anyone played Shadows over Camelot? That's a good, like, everybody works against the board.
I've heard of it. I haven't played
it's
it.
really good. It's fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, see, I would love to have a D&D group. Like,
I don't
sounds
have time.
like so much fun.
Yeah,
I know, right?
Yeah, that's why I like out of the box games. You play them, put them back, you're done for the night.
Right.
I don't have time to get into a D&D campaign. I know you can do one-shot campaigns, like a one-night campaign or whatever, but I don't know. Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, y'all just popped in to like and say hi. Hello. Good to see you guys.
I know, right?
Yeah. An Erudite Adventure is a great channel too. If you guys haven't checked it out, you definitely need to check them out. Yeah.
Just great supporters. Just anyway. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, it's out of print. Okay. Nice. The one I told you about before, the Unspeakable Words was out of print for a while, and then it got a new edition released. So
good.
Yeah, the original edition was like $80. Yeah, I'm not paying that. Sorry.
What's another? Seven Wonders is another one I played. That's pretty good. That's been a fun one.
I've heard Seven Wonders is good too. Yeah.
Oh man, I bet.
He made awesome. Nice. He made some tusks. That's awesome.
Oh man, see, that's what I would love. It just sounds like so much fun, such a blast. We went camping in some place in the middle of Colorado, and our next door neighbor's cabin, they were just this group that all they did was once a year they'd like get their whole D&D group together, and they camped out and just played literally for like 48 hours straight, pretty much. And I'm like, holy cow. Like, and they just were like, that's what we do. Like, anyway, that seems so much fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have one-shotters on my Discord. Oh, well, that's good to know.
That's a good starting place, maybe.
I've heard Seven Wonders Duel is better.
Yeah, that was a thing.
It's a 2-player version, and I've heard it's easier to.
Oh, okay.
It's easier to get into than the original Seven Wonders game. So,
is it like Catan has a card game that is really good? That's like you can just kind of play with a couple of people.
Now I feel like we have to have a game night. Yeah, so this is my friend Christina. I'm going to visit her in Virginia next month, and we probably do need to have a game night. That would be very cool.
And report back. That's all we ask.
And report back. Yeah, I might have to hold you to that. Christina's awesome. If you guys are in my Discord, she's Aunt Pookie.
Oh, that's a great name.
Yeah. Cracks of Quinlanburg. I've heard it's fantastic. Yeah.
And I have the Catan version from Germany that actually has like die cast like cities, and like the road is like an old country road, like a real one. It's really cool.
Oh, that's cool. I'm really excited to play. I've never played Castles of Mad King Ludwig, but that's been one I've been wanting to play for a while. And I went in for the special edition on Kickstarter. That's the first Kickstarter I've ever done, and I'm like, I've been wanting to play it, and I'm just gonna go in for it.
Oh, nice.
So that's the only Kickstarter I've done, and the only Indiegogo I've done was for the new omnibus edition of White Sand by Brandon Sanderson.
Oh, nice. See, that's what I was like, the Kickstarters I've done have been for like books that so I was like, I helped get, just like whatever, my little bit, but I got named in a book. So that was kind of fun to do a Kickstarter. That's those, the little things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really excited about the White Sand omnibus though. I read the first White Sand in Arcanum Unbounded, but I haven't read the other two, and they're out of print. So now
that's the only one I did
coming,
too.
And I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Yeah. So, hang on, be right back. Okay, all right, cool. All right, gotta go read now. Okay, needed one more games. Yeah,
yes.
Yep. Well, glad you stopped by. Thank you. we'll let you go read. It's all good.
If it's
That
for
sounds like
reading,
yeah.
that's the exception.
Yeah. That sounds like that's an acceptable reason to leave the stream.
We'll allow.
Very few are, but that's acceptable.
Oh, there we go. I love this. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I've heard it can take a while to get the way everything works. So I'm up for the challenge. Whether or not my kids are, I don't know, but I'm up for the challenge.
Right.
So
exactly.
we tried to get we got Arkham Horror, and there was so much work to just get into the game that by the time we actually got to play it, it was like late and the kids were tired and ready to go to bed, and so was I.
Yeah.
And we just haven't gotten back to it. I want to, but it's like yeah.
I hear you. I know when the setup is that long, you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
How about playing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why video games.
Yeah, exactly. And even some video games, it's like, well.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So should I stop watching and read Death on the Nile? I think you should. Yeah, I've been, well, I was buddy reading Death on the Nile with Christina. I've since finished it. So she's still working on it. So yeah, Death on the Nile.
Yeah, if you watch, I just watched that.
I was gonna say you need to spell it right. I've got a teaser. We're old friends, so I'm not worried about losing the friendship over my teasing.
That's great. Is that, I have to ask, is that a Gambit like Marvel Gambit shirt?
It is, yeah. Gambit is my favorite of the X-Men.
I've never talked.
And I'm still waiting for a satisfactory movie or TV show about Gambit, because I didn't hate the Taylor Kitsch portrayal in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but I wasn't that enthused with it either. I mean, we need a real solid Gambit. In fact, there's
Channing Tatum. Yeah,
he was working on one, but then when Marvel, when Disney bought Fox, they canned it. They canned it. So yeah,
which might be a good thing. Maybe it was terrible. It might have been terrible.
It was. And who knows? Apparently he was pretty disappointed, but he said he'd be willing to come back and direct it if they ever wanted to bring him in to direct it. So he doesn't have too hard of feelings apparently. So that's good. There's actually an independent film floating around on YouTube with Gambit that somebody made, and it's actually really fantastic.
Oh man!
I mean, it's low budget for sure, and you can tell, but it's a really great fun little watch. I think it's maybe 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. It's not bad. Yeah.
Done. Count me in.
Yeah.
I still rewatch the old X-Men the animated series because man, Gambit so good in that.
Oh yeah,
I love.
And now they're continuing it. They're continuing where the original one left off with a new cartoon series on Disney Plus. So yeah. She's been
speaking of 30-minute short movies, have you ever seen Kung Fury by chance?
No, I haven't.
It's free. I think it's free on YouTube. It is the most ridiculous.
I'll have to check it out. I like ridiculous. I'm not opposed to ridiculous.
First, look up True Survivor, the video with David Hasselhoff.
Okay,
that's your starting point to see if you're going to get along with this movie that is super ridiculous.
I grew up watching Knight Rider, and I really liked Knight Rider. But ever since then, the Hoff just bugs the snot out of me. I'm sorry. I am not a Hoff fan.
Did you know he has a book that I listened to on Audible that he narrates?
No.
It's a fiction book about him being like the spy in Germany.
Oh,
I had to read it. I was like, I can't read
shoot
this.
Me now.
This seems so ridiculous. I forget what it's even called, but I totally read it.
Oh God, no. No. No.
I have to look it up.
Okay, Ben's going to sleep. Have a good night's sleep, Ben. So glad you tuned in. Have an awesome night, everyone.
Oh man. Thanks for coming
night,
by.
Ben.
Holy cow.
Good night, Ben. Yeah, everybody loves Ben. He's awesome. Yeah. I'll get him on this one of these days. So
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. We know this is a good time for him, apparently.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't use the across the pond excuse now.
Right. No across the pond. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, and I
Up
know
Against the Wall.
Yeah.
It's called Up
yeah,
Against the Wall, the
Up
David
Against the Wall.
Hasselhoff, read by David Hasselhoff. It is ridiculous.
Wow.
I probably shouldn't even speak of it. It's terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have nightmares now. Yeah, I mean, that like I think I tuned in way back in the day to the first episode of Baywatch. I'm like, no, no, I'm done. No, thank you. And I only turned into it because the Hoff was in it, and I liked him in Knight Rider. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done. The BookTube, what's your sign question is what's your time? Right.
It is super late over there, isn't it? What is it, 9 hours ahead?
I think so. 8 or 9 hours. Yeah, I think that.
From last night,
yeah, it's crazy late over there. Exactly.
That's true. It is. Yeah. That's a good point.
Well, and I know we are coming up on an hour and 40 minutes. Are you still good, Bryce?
I probably have to. I've seen get some dinner ready for my kiddos. I probably should wrap up in the next 5 minutes ish.
Okay. Well, cool.
But it's felt like 5 minutes total that we've even done this. It's been amazing.
Yeah, this has been so much fun. What do you have coming up? What? Oh yeah, I knew it would be too. I was so excited to do this.
Me too.
What's coming up on your channel?
Oh my gosh, I finally filmed a bookshelf tour, so that's something.
I saw your original one way back in the day. You did like a condensed one, but
exactly, it was. I had this. Anyway, maybe a different picture of where the channel is going, but I did a quick while singing my made-up theme song that I was making up on the spot. That was my idea of humor. So, I was like, Shelf Center, dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's for your books and stuff. Oh yeah, and then I just kept building each one. So anyway, it made it like some version of that made it onto a video that like 3 people watched, luckily. So
right. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. So bookshelf tour coming. That's awesome.
So I did that and I learned, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be an OCD nightmare because there's stuff all over the place and I haven't fixed it and I should. And anyway, so there's that. There's actually with might have like a February She Wrote kind of wrap up. I have been really terrible. Finally finished my first February She Wrote book, which was Ship of Magic. So we'll get that. I kind of have an update coming up soon about, I decided I think I'm going to do shorter reviews and then maybe go to like a Discord and like, if we want to talk further, like let's get into it. But I just feel like comments or Discord is really where you can get into a good spoiler. But I don't know about you, Chaz, but like the reviews, maybe like 3 of all of the reviews that I've done have like done well as far as reviews, and I'm like, I'm not here for the views, whatever, but like they just seem to not, because they're and I get it, because it's like a very narrow set of people that you're trying to approach here with it. But I just kind of felt like, okay, maybe I don't know. There's a lot of effort that goes into these videos, and it's like, if it's not like, if people don't care about it, like I get it, whatever. I'm not. It is what it is. So I just decided to kind of maybe go shorter reviews, 5 to 6 minute reviews with like, hey, let's discuss it, and if we want to talk more and you want a better video, we can go from there. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm doing here.
Yeah, same here. That I love doing reviews. So I haven't had many that have done well. Salem's Lot did well. I've had a couple of others that did well, but Guns of the Moon did pretty well for me. But overall, I don't get that many views on reviews, but I love doing them so much that
me too.
I just keep it up. And
that's where I was kind of like, where's the balance? And I was like, I can still just do them and like, you know, maybe just shorten them down and maybe not. I've been watching a bunch of those videos that are like, because my thumbnails and titles are just been garbage, and I'm learning how to do it. And then
I like your
it does actually
thumbnails.
work, which is why you've been seeing like just nonsense titles from me like over and over, because it's working.
I think your thumbnails are great in your titles. Yeah.
Oh, well, yours, I mean, that's why I'm like, gosh. What about you? What are you doing? I want to at least set you up with the same. What's going on?
I'm getting ready to. I do have a couple of reviews coming up. I've got one for Wolves of the Kala. I've got one for Serpent Mage, which is book 4 in the Deathgate cycle.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing a review for. I'll be doing a review for book 5 in the Deathgate cycle coming up as well. I'm going to do a Kindle 1 year later, because I've had my Kindle a little over a year now. So I'm going to do like a pros and cons type thing. So I've got some fun stuff coming up as well. And in March, I am going to be doing more Chasm Friends. So, Drew's coming on my channel next month. And also Dr. Philip Chase is going to come on Chasm Friends. So
all right,
I'm pretty excited about that. I knew Philip way back in the day before his channel blew up. And so we've been friends, and he was on that Dark Tower stream with us as well.
Yeah, that's true.
If you remember.
Yeah,
so
I do remember.
So
I think that was where I was kind of getting introduced to all of you guys, and kind of was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, there's all these
Sarah
great people.
Reeds as well. Sarah's fantastic. So so let's see. You two are awesome. Thanks for a great life. Oh, thanks, Bina.
Bina, you're so awesome.
Yeah. Reviews are fun videos to make. They tend to get the least views. Yeah. And my reviews, I'm really bad. I tend to be so long-winded and just go on and on and on about books. I need to learn to pare it down.
But I think that's the beauty of YouTube, though. Like, because I like that about your reviews. Like, I want to hear that. Like, and that's part of. Cool. It's like one of those that I know it's a hard thing. You're like, I don't know what people want. It's everything different, I think.
Yeah.
So, and it is partly like, who am I doing this for? Am I really I don't know. It's a hard one, but it's so much. Yeah, I just think you got to do you. You got to make, because if you're not doing this for you, like, what's even the point? Like, we're not making money doing this. This is just fun. Like, I don't know. Maybe you are. I'm not.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
I'm just having fun.
Very, very few people, at least in the booktube community, I think very few people make much money, if any, off of it. I know Mike from Mike's Book Reviews has said he makes a stipend, if a minuscule amount.
Right, and he's at like 65 subs now, so it's like, if that's the case,
and
it ain't never happening for me.
I know Daniel Green does make a full-time living, but he has other income streams besides YouTube. So it's all related to his channel, but he has other streams. So his Patreon is pretty big and stuff. So
that's true.
I think that's rare for BookTube, though.
Yeah.
And I don't think you'll ever see a BookTube version of PewDiePie.
Right.
We can't all have 1 billion subscribers.
Yeah, no, all my friends and family that know about my channel are like, you realize like nobody is interested in that, right? And I'm like,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, but all my cool friends are, so there you go.
Right, exactly. That's what matters.
Exactly.
Thanks for tuning in, Derry.
It's been really fun.
Hey, yeah, the tangents are great, though. I think. I mean, you can't help go on tangents with great books, so it's all good.
Well, and
Derry does really, really great Discworld videos. You should check her out if you haven't.
Yeah, I need to, because that's one of those, like, I think, I mean, that's the thing, is that's what YouTube, the beauty of it is, you get these different perspectives, right?
Right.
And so we have these, like, I want to see, like, so what? Like, people are always like, oh, I don't have any new to add to this. It's like, you do, though. You have, like, what stood out to you on that bit of media. And your personality applied to that are the things that make it why we're watching it, right? Like, that's what the beauty of this is. Like, I like Kurt Vonnegut's quote, because that kind of got me, like, I can create terrible things, right? Like, who cares if it's terrible? But he has a great quote that's like, do art, and I'm going to completely mess it up because I'm terrible at quoting things unless I've actually memorized it. But it's essentially like, do art. No matter how great or bad it is, you will have created something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I like that.
And that's definitely Neil Gaiman's philosophy too. He's just like make the art that you want to make and let the world like it or not, you know?
Yeah.
My Braiding Sweetgrass review was all tangents. Yeah. It was so good though, seriously. It really was. I enjoyed your review for that.
Yeah.
It's a really freeing idea. I like Yep, it is very freeing, right?
Right. And that's kind of what I was like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll let you close because
No,
I should probably get going here.
Yeah, well, Bryce, thank you again for being on the channel. This has been great. We'll have to do it again sometime, and I'm sure there will be other collaborations down the road too. But thanks everybody who tuned in to Chaz and Friends, and if you're watching this on the afterplay, thank you so much for watching it. I hope you've enjoyed, and most importantly, I hope you'll check out Bryce. Give his channel a watch. He's got some great content. And we got a lot of great booktubers that have showed up here today too, so check them out. And there will be more Chaz and Friends coming up in March, and I
can't wait.
A lot more content coming. So thanks again, guys. Got a couple more. Yep, making what you want is important for me. Yeah, as a hobby. Yep, absolutely. Cheers, Jonathan.
Hey, thank you so much. You are a legend. Seriously, I can't even believe we got to do this. Like, thank you.
I'm not worthy.
I have had such a blast, and it's just been blast just being your friend on Twitter and just interacting that way. And the fact that we got to do this, like, and then also have all of our friends chat with us. Like, this is just like literally, I never thought I would have this much fun, and it's been even way better than I ever thought. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yep, you're welcome, Bryce, and thank you. And read more books, everybody. Wait, where's my finger? Got it. Oh, there it is. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, okay, there's the finger. All right. Read more books, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
All right.